Economic prosperity in the absence of quality health care is an illusion. The Metro Atlanta Chamber and Grady Memorial Hospital share a unified vision forged from a history of mutual service, innovation, and commitment to the people of Georgia. The ties run wide and deep. After the Civil War, there was an emphasis on bringing business back to the South. Henry W. Grady knew that without adequate health care for everyone, economic development was a lost cause. At the same time, the Metro Chamber was front and center as the spokesman of the working man and for its business class.
Well, the Metro Atlanta Chamber is really where the business community in Atlanta gathers to help grow this economy and also to help solve community problems. And it's really a volunteer organization made up of the leading businessmen and women of the whole region. And they help bring companies here as well as help companies that are already here grow for more jobs. Atlanta needs a very good quality of life. We need to be the kind of town where young, highly educated, multicultural people want to live and pursue a career and families. And we need to be connected to the global world.
Visionaries from the beginning, the Metro Chamber successfully campaigned for a $3 million bond offering in 1910 that spurred Grady's growth and expansion. The 20th century would signal unprecedented advances in healthcare. Business grew as Grady grew. The Metro Chamber and Grady's symbiotic relationship played no small part in bringing the games of the 26th Olympiad to Atlanta in 1996 and the Super Bowl just 4 years later. The new millennium would herald still more extraordinary development, and if not for the Metro Atlanta Chamber, it would also mark in part the end of the proud tradition of Grady Hospital. In 2007, explosive growth, surging healthcare costs, and staggering debt had outpaced Grady's ability to keep up. The Metro Chamber recognized that without Grady Hospital, the region's economic development would collapse. An overhaul was required to keep the lights on and to guarantee Grady's future.
We decided that we had to go outside of our normal circumstance, outside of our comfort zone for the region, for Grady, and for Grady's patients.
I think if the business community hadn't intervened with Pete and Michael and Tom, that Grady would be closed.
We put together this task force and brought together people from around the community to put our heads together, to do the research, to dig into the details, to figure out what Grady really needed in order to sustain itself, not just to survive for a year or two, but to sustain itself over the lifetime.
Grady was resuscitated, but challenges remain. The Metro Chamber knows that for a city to flourish, the basics need to be in place. A solid transit system, quality jobs, education, and most importantly, superior health care for all. If the entire region is to thrive economically, there must be a stable healthcare infrastructure in place.
It is vitally important to have a level 1 trauma center in our city and region. First of all, no other major city, I think, could be a world-class city without one. And you've got to have a robust healthcare system and the kind of care and trauma care that Grady provides. It's what makes our city so great.
This is not a new idea. Grady's Angel 2 fleet grew from the Rural Health Clinic Services Act of 1977 that expanded access to care in rural areas across the state. In 2004, the Commission for a New Georgia identified healthcare as a fundamental building block for economic development.
Healthcare is a fundamental table stakes, if you will, of can a city really be a globally recognized place to live and do work. So I think healthcare is there. I think that public education is there, the communities that we live in, the housing, and then most of all after that is the opportunities for people to pursue their dreams, their jobs, their families, to do business on a global basis. All of this has to work together. If one piece comes out, it endangers the rest of the city overall.
As architect, the Metro Atlanta Chamber has shaped the foundation of our quality of life. Under their stewardship, our communities are stronger and healthier. This is how we honor and celebrate our past. This is how we safeguard and command our future.